Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of the Book Review blog. Today I'm going to review the novella Blockade Billy by Stephen King. It is a baseball story, if you can tell from the cover. The main character, the titular character I should say, Blockade Billy, his name is actually William Blakely, and he played catcher for one of the teams, and I'm really sorry, and I feel bad that I don't remember what team, but I don't think it's Boston, even though Stephen King is a big Boston Red Sox fan, because I think they mentioned the team that Billy was on. They played Boston. And they played the New York Yankees and teams like that. So it may even have been kind of a made-up name, but I'm sure it was there, but I missed that. I'm sorry. Anyway, he is a catcher, and he does very well. He is like the MVP, the bee's knees, the everything. He's just unstoppable as a player, and everybody knows of him, and everybody likes him, and all the people who play against Blockade Billy is afraid of him. But Blockade Billy does have a secret where he's not who he appears to be. And I won't give out the secret because that's kind of the point of the book. I As far as that goes, I didn't like the story that much. Unfortunately, I'm not a baseball fan, and so I was kind of lost in the not terminology because I know about baseball, but it just didn't grab my attention, unfortunately. And so there was that aspect. And one of the things also was I don't think the story itself was too long, but the underlying reasoning, behind why this story was written, or the kind of point of the story that made it good, was way too late, in my opinion. Again, because I'm not a baseball fan, so I was reading all about baseball and all about how this guy was a really good catcher, which I appreciate, but the main reason for the story came way long after the beginning. So, almost to the end, where just like, oh, let's tell a baseball story, then plink this other thing in here. Anyway, the next story, is an additional story in this book, and it's another novella called Morality, and I actually liked that one better than Blockade Billy. Morality is about a couple named Chad and Nora. They're married and they live in New York, and Nora is a nurse, or she is a nurse's aide or something. She works in a hospital, and one of her patients is a reverend. I'm not sure what denomination he is, if it's like Methodist or if it's Baptist or something that's where you refer to the pastor or minister as reverend. But anyway, he is dying of cancer, and he confides in Nora that he wants to that he considers himself not a sinless man, but he considers himself as a man that hasn't done a bad thing, and before he dies, he kind of wants to sin through proxy, and he's asking Nora to do it, and he's willing to pay her. And what he is asking Nora to do is basically to beat a child up, or basically just to pound on a kid. And so part of the book is that she and Chad are kind of going at it with, should we do this? Should we not do this? Because again, these people Chad is a teacher and Nora works part-time, so they're not like loaded with money, and they do have debt, and they do have bills that they can't pay, and so the money would be nice, but is it worth doing this crime to this child to get some money, just to make this dying man happy, who's supposedly righteous and God-fearing and God-loving? So I'm not going to tell you if she does it or not. Again, I want you to read the book, and the book's pretty tiny, so in pretty not very tall, so it should. I read it in a night, so it's only I think it's about 120 pages. So anyway, the next story that I'm going to review by Stephen King is called Full Dark, No Stars. It's a book of novellas, and I hope to review that soon. And I bid you all farewell and happy reading.